I feel like Destiny might have a perspective on this, but so I've been with my girl for 7 years. We just got married. We're not in an open relationship, but from a porn perspective, we shoot with other girls, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But no other guys is busting her coot ass.
Well, you guessed it. Over the weekend,
Oh no.
Something like that happened.
she filmed her first ever scene with another man.
I know you was mad.
Shit.
You was angry.
I agreed to it, so I wasn't. I say angry might not be the word.
But you was kind of like disappointed a little bit. Like, you vibe like her, that's your sitch.
You know, I agreed to
hood.
it. She gave me a lot of outs on the way in. Like, she kind of kept telling me, like, if you don't want me to, I won't do it.
You should
know?
have said no.
I said that I wanted her to do it. I'm like,
on top of millions of dollars, Adam. You didn't do that shit.
fair enough. But I told her, I'm like, I think you should do it. Let's get it out the way.
So how do you vibe about it now?
She's 32.
Do I need to get you an old English?
No. Yeah, I don't need to drown the pain in Old English. But I was kind of surprised because I feel like I can like intellectualize it. And from my perspective, I don't think it should be a big deal. Yeah. But then after she actually did it, I'm not going to lie, I did feel kind of odd.
How did you select the guy?
It's actually somebody that I'm real cool with that stood out to us as like, okay, he would make sense because he's like very high profile.
You picked the guy?
I wouldn't say I picked him, but he was just kind of like one of the obvious ones. And, you know, I know him. He's a cool guy. So I'm kind of, but I say that and you can let me know what you think of that. But it's viewed very differently in the two different worlds because in the adult content space, I mean, I'm assuming that a lot of the girls are going to be like, "Oh my God, that's so cool that you let her do that."
It's empowering and all this stuff.
That's amazing, you know, blah blah blah. It'll probably be like make her super lit for a period of time. But then, meanwhile, I'm prepared for within the hip hop space to be absolutely attacked for it.
Yeah, you're gonna get.
So
there's gonna be some lyrics about it for sure.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Adam 22 going back in after this, bro. That's exactly how it would be. Oh my, Adam 22 watching this happen. Yo, she's rolling her eyes like that's possessed. That's, you know how good it is right this moment right here. For the eyes to roll behind the head, you're putting it down.
Would you ever Lena with Adam at the same time?
Yeah, that's my job to make money, right? Mm-hmm. And if I don't make money, I'm gonna take a job that's gonna pay me well.
So you think that you fucked her better than Adam did?
Well, obviously yes. But I'm pretty sure he probably felt different with Adam for her because love is involved emotions. But as for the physical aspect of getting fucked, obviously.
So let's say that you and Adam were to have a threesome with Lena.
Mm-hmm.
You still think that you would fuck her better with her husband trying to fuck her as well?
100%. It would be like a, I don't know, it would be like a bout. And obviously, I'm the stronger fighter, so I'm gonna win.
Whose idea was it to end in a cream pie?
Okay, so I guess her had been stretched out in a while. So then I was doing all the stretching. It's like my starting to get numb. And I was like, yo.
That means it was trash pussy. Numbness is caused by dryness and too much lube.
We have to keep going. It was going so long that it was nothing I could do. It was like the numbness I didn't notice. And I'm like, yo, it's about, you know, and then hey, it happened.
I guess we're doing this today. Hey, Jason Love, I trusted you to pork my wife. And it seems like that clout is getting to your head.
Yeah, because you allowed him to go inside of your wife.
I'm talking real spicy and I ain't really feeling it. Number one, the angle of the dangle is more important than the cubic of the pubic. That's number one. Number two, my D game, when I'm serving it, man, it's just like your mom's home cooking because there's a special ingredient. It's called love. You ever heard of it? Number three, don't make me expose you, and you know what I'm talking about. It could get real messy out here. Number four, you don't want problems moving around in these LA streets because I can make that happen. I'm very, very well connected. And number five, you are officially blacklisted for smashing my wife again. Show some respect.
I think him making this TikTok shows that he was affected by the situation, even though he says he's cool with it. Because his reaction in this video is the lamest threat, and Adam knows that Jason is a threat. That's why he blacklisted him.
You're not nervous. You look like you're having the time of your life. I'm gonna be honest.
I was having a lot of fun, I'll be honest.
Adam! Were you there when it was going down? Were you in that house?
No, I was at the house playing poker.
So you were playing poker, locked in on gambling, while she was...
It's not really a cook situation. It's more of like two people coming and making an understanding.
Yeah.
You know, so if you cool with it, then you know it is what it is. Me personally, I don't know if I have enough in me to allow it, but everyone's different. Everyone have different levels of, how do I say, mental maturity.
No, everyone has levels of understanding that you should never let your woman open her legs to another man. It does not work with the female biology because it shows that we are letting another man conquer.
I get asked this every time I go live, and I'm gonna finally give my little input. So I actually knew this was gonna go down before it actually went down because I was talking to her, giving her a little bit of, you know, hoe advice from an OG. And at first I wasn't gonna give my opinion on it, but I mean now it's like blown up and they're talking about it all the time, so I feel like it's an okay thing to talk about now. Team Lena, W Lena right now. It's just hilarious to me that it's such a big deal and these guys are like, oh my God, she's with another guy, oh my God. They literally are with other women like every week. And that never went viral like this, like it's never been this crazy. No one's like shaming Adam really for being with other girls, but Lena does one guy after years and years and years and years and years of only being with Adam. It's only fair. She got one little pass. He has had like hundreds of passes. So we love it for Lena out here. Fully support Lena.
This is what people, specifically women, don't understand when it comes to multiple men inside of one girl. We don't know who the father is if she gets pregnant. And I know I always say this, but it's not in a woman's biology to have multiple sex partners. We are not made for it. And if you were a girl that is actually in love with your man, you would be disgusted thinking about another man touching you, let alone having sex with you.
Well, I just want to make this clear. I don't know if you guys agree. Do you agree if a woman opens her legs for you, because we in this table can all marry a McDonald's working poor woman, but a woman cannot take a Chad from McDonald's and marry them? They don't have the DNA to. What you're agreeing to is if she opens her legs for you, she's admitting you're above her. That's why they say I want equal height or above, equal money or above, but it's always above. Women date up, meaning if they're dating you, you're better than her. It's not fucking rocket science.
Until then.
Right. So your brother Tristan was in my DMs, like really sincerely trying to convince me that I had made a very grave error, a massive mistake, as a result of having let my wife shoot with another man. Myself personally, having been, a couple weeks removed from the actual incident happening, I don't really feel like I made a mistake. It feels like some pretty regular porn shit.
in the chat, man.
I was a little bit jealous at first. It's kind of a weird feeling knowing that your woman was in the arms of another man, even if it was only for a few hours. But it's interesting. You don't seem like you have as much of a real like moral issue with the act itself.
Well, I can give you my opinion on why I wouldn't ever do it. And I think the reason I wouldn't ever do it is because I believe that a man and a woman have a connection between them. And I think that connection is solidified by sexual exclusivity from the female's part. And I believe there's an energy cord between. And I think that once that's broken with another man, I do believe there's a degree of the connection which is damaged. And I think that when the relationship is good, perhaps you will not feel it. But when the relationship is bad, or when arguments start to happen, or you start to get on each other's nerves, you might notice a slight difference in behavior, because I do also think that once the seal has been broken, I'll give you an example. The 4-minute mile was impossible to achieve, they believed, until one man ran the 4-minute mile, and then a bunch of people ran the 4-minute mile. So once the seal's been broken, for example, let's say your wife's sleeping with another man, the idea of sleeping with another man is not as intimidating as it once was. And perhaps the idea of sitting through an argument or sitting through a rough patch in a relationship and continuing to try to work it out as opposed to...
See, and this is why Andrew Tate needs to be respected. He was so respectful back. He just stood firm on his beliefs without disrespecting Adam's beliefs and gave an excellent example of backing up why he believes what is right.
We're going to do this double team scene. What are the positions? Because I need to make sure that this dude's dangler ain't like too close to my face or anything.
Well, I don't think we should do it the first time, but I would like to be DP'd by you and someone else.
Well, I see. Okay, right there. Boom. Jealousy triggered because we haven't had in like a year.
Okay. The 4-minute mile was impossible to achieve, they believed, until one man ran the 4-minute mile, and then a bunch of people ran the 4-minute mile. So once the seal's been broken, for example, let's say your wife's sleeping with another man, the idea of sleeping with another man is not as intimidating as it was once was, and perhaps the idea of sitting through an argument or sitting through a rough patch in a relationship and continuing to try to work it out as opposed to just jumping on a new man, it might be less appealing than it once was previously. So I believe, personally, if my woman had already slept with another man, she's more likely to just give up on the relationship and sleep with another man again in a rough patch. That's my personal.
Why would I mean, I've never cheated on you, like even in the lowest terms of cheating, like responding to a DM from somebody or anything. Like I've never done any of that. Everything in our relationship has been out in the open. You know, like all my messages with the person that I worked with, I was like, hey, just so you know, like these are the messages. And like Adam has fucked about 200 women in front of me, and he cheated on me. So like, you know.
Adam, that's terrible.
Are we ready?
We are ready.
Adam, are you ready? Queen.
My Duke shoot.
Jumping jacks done.
Duke shoot gang, what up?